So Burning Man 2023 has been rained out. You know, come to think of it, that kinda reminds me of something.
I got something to say. I want to know how come the fascist pigs have been seeding the clouds. Right, for the last hour and a half. Airplanes going over twice with all the smoke coming out of them seeding the clouds. And I want to know, why that stuff is going down, man. And why doesn't the media report that stuff to the people, man? I'm telling you what happened. The planes come over for an hour and a half and they seed all the clouds. People of unknown origin were seeding the clouds over the I don't know what they hope to prove, man.
What's going on here?
There's been a lot of things going on with all these elements conspiring like the sticky mud wiggling between our toes and the drippy rain rolling down our neck. But it's all part of the hive. It glues us all together because we're all in the same puddle. And we can work it out. We can make it groovy. Looks like we're gonna get a little bit of rain, so you better cover up. Hey, if you think really hard, maybe we can stop this rain. Yeah. No rain! 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 No
Earth. You had to be there to understand. On Earth, you wouldn't remember anything. What do you mean you wouldn't remember anything? I mean, you would have no memory of anything. You wouldn't even remember existing before Earth. What? How is that possible? It was designed that way. It was brilliant. To dive as deeply as possible into such ignorance, such darkness, and still find your way back to remembering who you were, that took true mastery. Wow. I still can't believe you went to Earth. Tell me more. Well, Earth had its own set of laws that everyone agreed to experience. Like gravity, what goes up must come down. Like linear time, day is followed by night. Time? What's time? You know how when we think of something it manifests instantly? Well, on Earth there was a delay. The delay is what made Earth so difficult. Interesting. Time. So tell me more. Before going to Earth, you would choose your family, whether you wanted to be male or female, what race you wanted to be, the location on the planet, things like that. Oh, so you could choose your own character. Exactly. You would enter the Earth as a baby and be completely dependent on others to teach you the rules. But since nobody could remember the rules, they made up their own rules, based on fear and giving your power away to others. That doesn't sound like much fun. It wasn't for everyone. What'd you do while abortions everywhere on Earth? I watched them. It was pretty funny. What was so funny? Here were these magnificent beings, playing the most unique and cutting-edge experience in the universe, and they were clueless. I tried to guide them as much as possible. Wait a second, you could communicate with them? Yes, but they couldn't hear me. I would show them synchronicities, or send them impulses to help guide them, but they couldn't see the signs. Why not? They didn't trust themselves. Volunteered to go to Earth? I did.
I'm not saying I'm going to rule the world or I'm going to change the world, but I guarantee that I will spark the brain that will change the world. And that's our job, is to spark somebody else watching us. We might not be the ones, but let's not be selfish, and because we're not going to change the world, let's not talk about how we should change it. I don't know how to change it, but I know if I keep talking about how dirty it is out here, somebody going to clean it up.
But B, what we on, C?
In 2019, Carrie Barassa took the stage to deliver a TEDx talk about her rags to riches story.
My name's Morningstar Bear. Whew. I'm just going to say it. I'm emotional, so.
Barassa leads an Indigenous health research lab at the University of Saskatchewan, all while observing Indigenous...
And hold on, notice how these people be having some nice little titles a nice position that they some type of way get themselves involved with. Notice that. Just notice that.
Lab at the University of Saskatchewan.
Hold on, listen. Listen.
Bourassa leads an Indigenous health research lab at the University of Saskatchewan.
Leads a health research lab.
Observing Indigenous ceremony and tradition.
I'm Bear Clan. I'm Anishinaabe Métis from Treaty 4 territory.
Bourassa told the crowd she grew up in Regina's inner city, where she and her family suffered the effects of racism.
We grew up in a really poor, disrupted family, and that was due to intergenerational trauma. And that caused addictions and violence and disruption.
And it's this very compelling story that we all bought into.
Carolyn Tate is also a professor at the U of S. The Métis woman says she's worked with Bourassa for more than a decade and always believed she was Indigenous. But she says recently, some inconsistencies and changes in Bourassa's story led her and her colleagues to investigate Bourassa's genealogy. And they concluded Bourassa was not Indigenous at all, finding all her ancestors came from Europe.
We're all...
Stop. That. Hold up.
U.S. The Métis woman says she's worked with Bourassa for more than a decade and always believed she was Indigenous. But she says recently, some inconsistencies and changes in Bourassa's story led her and her colleagues to investigate Bourassa's genealogy. And they concluded Bourassa was not Indigenous at all, finding all her ancestors came from Europe.
All her ancestors came from Europe. Listen, this is going on a ton, okay? This is another reason why I want you all to not latch on to that term native. Again, anybody can be native. And look how she playing games, her mother and father. But she giving off a look that, see, a couple of people were saying Mongolian in the chat. She not even Mongolian. And you know what they call us? They keep forcing Africa on us because they know better. Like, think about that. If they actually came from a different landmass, in which they did, what gives them the right to tell us where we came from? When they are lying about their backgrounds, I'm glad somebody said Polish. A lot of the Polish people are involved in these Native American tribes, and they going up and, you know, getting some so-called power with some positions. It could be political. But then they tell you, even though that's, say, full-blooded, no, we don't accept you. I wonder why. Let me keep going.
We're all having a hard time getting our head around the fact that she's not Métis. It's embarrassing to think that we were so gullible and naive.
In a 2018 talk in Sudbury, Ontario, Bourassa claimed that her great-grandmother came from a small Indigenous tribe in BC and the Yukon.
My great-grandmother was Tlingit. She married an immigrant. They moved from the far northern BC into Saskatchewan, and they had a family.
But CBC News discovered the genealogical records tell a different story. Bourassa's great-grandmother was Johanna Salaba, who immigrated from Russia to Canada in 1911 with...
Stop. Woo, look. I swear, if we do an audit right now, I'm gonna drop another bomb. I'm trying to tell you. And these people get mad at me. You know why? Because it's not about, first of all, this is not about discrimination, me showing discrimination against these people. You know, like some people may believe out there, this is the reason why they claiming that, you know, they trying to sue me for discrimination. Like, discrimination where? I'm telling the truth. If anything, it was I was discriminated against. My ancestors were discriminated against. You are pretending that you are somebody that you are not. And you reaping the benefits, and yet our people wonder why They not handing no reparations to no black people because black people are not, I told y'all, black people are not owed reparations. We didn't call ourselves black in a historical sense by way of the majority of our people agreeing to that terminology until the late 1950s, early 1960s. Until the late 1950s, early 1960s. Prior to that, we were called Negro, Colored, and Indian. Let me do the order over. It was Colored, Negro, then Indian. Sometimes you would see Colored, Indian, then Negro. Ain't no person else get labeled Indian but the Negro. But the Negro. And then later on down the line, they tried to attach the term Negro to Africa. At the top of the 1900s, they started coming out with those stories and those claims. Delilah, thank you, sister. I appreciate that.
So a lot of people don't know, but this is not a spur of the moment time in our history. This is like a calculated series of events taking place from everything you seeing around you. These young chiefs, like Sabir Bey, Phase 1, B-Dale, 19 Keys, Yaki Awaken. Them. This is not an accident. This is on purpose. You seeing them out there telling you from the way they see the problem, they ready to remedy it. No matter how they see it, they all trying to come to a consensus on how to remedy the problem. But all of them don't understand the nature of the conjure that we was under to keep us ignorant.
Give me 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
Just fix that. All right. Let's get to this next. Is that why they are trying to block the sun?
No, they're not trying to block the sun. They're trying to confuse you to the iron oxide dust cloud that's starting to seep into the earth from galactic events converging. That's what they're trying to stop you from seeing.
Say that again. What cloud is this? Iron oxide? You said what you said now? You gotta explain that, man. That sound.
If you go research Nibiru or Rilo 7 or Planet X, Planet Nemesis, all these is different names for the same event. All I'm gonna tell you that in the tail behind this Death Star, there's also another name for it. It's made of iron oxide or rust. When it's coming into our solar system or into our atmosphere, I should say, it creates a dust cloud in the atmosphere. At first, in some places, the sky will turn purple. Some places it'll turn pink. In some places, it's going to be a crimson red, like in California or somewhere in Europe last week, on all these places turning red. That's not no coincidence. It's been raining the debris caught in what we call pebble storms. Pebble storms is when rocks fall out with the rain. All that is the debris that comes with the close of the age from planet Nibiru.
Wow. Yeah. Are they still running CERN? And if so, did they crack the firmament?
They're not allowed to operate CERN, even though it's still functional. They're not allowed to operate it until the new system come online, because the last time is how they blew the fourth dimension into the third dimension and fucked the game up, basically breaking the video game. So now we got to figure out how to fix the game while we live through the game.
You told
That's
me this
also
before.
part of, yeah, that's part of the Anunnaki Contra.
Right. The Anunnaki did that. They messed up the fourth. They merged the fourth and third dimension, you saying?
Yeah, that's why we need sleep, because we got to operate in 2 dimensions at the same time. So we got to split our consciousness between the dream state, 4th dimensional mind matrix, and the physical realm, 3-dimensional physical matrix, fixed position reality.
And especially when you think about it, then everything is a game to these rich elite people. That's how they get off. That's how they function. If it's not a part of a game, a conspiracy, just to see what can happen, just like trading places. You know, they just do the shit for $1 because they get bored. It's all a conspiracy. Even to the point where, as now, when you say the word conspiracy, most people go, "Ooh, conspiracy? Look at you like you crazy." You know, but it's just about everything you can think of. Just about everything you can think of. I mean, it's like ants in a box and somebody is controlling everyday life. But then again, if you got these elite people, they say it's about 5,000 of them. If you got these elite people and they don't have nothing to do, they already got all the money. You know what I'm saying? Because money is really, it ain't real no way. Only the oppressed people think that money is actually real.
And what they did was they went to the pyramids, took the stories that was written in the hieroglyphics and remixed the shit out of them and gave them back to your ass for slavery. Now, black people, you identify with these stories so much because they're your fucking stories. They just perverted. Now, Christianity means crush the unity. Christianity crushed the unity. Crushed the unity of who? The black race. They went to Ethiopia with that bullshit ass Bible, gave it to motherfuckers. Motherfuckers accepted Jesus Christ as their Lord and Savior, which means they accepted that bullshit about we are equal and blah blah blah, and they let these crackers right in. No, in the history of any African civilization were they ever conquered by white people without being given that fucking Bible first. That Bible is the root of all evil.
A little piece of it. Say we build a big brick wall and say the same thing.
What's that?
That they have a little side, and we build a big wall so they can never get over, and we have a big side.
Why would you do that?
And on the other end of it, so they won't get on our side.
I mean, you think they just mess up or what?
They'd be trapped if they try to get over, we'll shoot them.
Well, why would you do that? I mean, you think they deserve that?
They deserve it, yep.
Why?
Because they killed some of us, they chained some of us, they whipped some of us, yeah. And they stabbed some of us, yeah. They shot some of us.
So this is paying back, huh?
Yeah. Paying back good, too. But this is not paying back good, too. But putting a brick wall there and not shooting them but doing what they did is not as worse as they did to us.
The problem with a lot of weak men is they want their woman to remain weak and dumb. You understand me? Because they afraid that if I teach her what I know, she may surpass me. She may feel like she don't need me. But see, a man that is constantly growing is not afraid of teaching his woman everything that he knows. Because he's going to constantly learn and learn more. Right. And then at some point in time, if not when she comes into the relationship, then she's going to be teaching you things. She's going to be adding things. Yo, babe, you said you wanted to do this. Boom. Got the paperwork done. Called up so-and-so. Now y'all building. Yeah. Nowadays, people want to have separation of dreams. No, you got to bring it together under one team.
I'm about to blow y'all mind because they're literally putting it in our face. So you're telling me we're still denying the existence of melanated Afro people in America pre-Columbus? I hope y'all know what's going on in the Grand Canyon. We have fake statues in the Grand Canyon. Hieroglyphics. Oh, you see that other statue? There is an Egyptian temple named after an Egyptian goddess in the Grand Canyon. I'm pretty sure everybody has seen the Great Seal of California. You see that Amazon warrior who is depicted as white? Well, the original seal of 1510 was an actual melanated Afro woman. And her name was Queen Calafia, hence California. There have been depictions of her in caves, but you know they whitewash everything. I'm gonna let the goddess explain.
Calafia was described as a black warrior queen who ruled the mythical island of California. The island was inhabited only by black women who lived like Amazon warriors. What? California could have possibly been ruled by black women?
Y'all know Las Vegas, right? That's right next to California and Arizona where the Grand Canyon is. We talked about these Egyptian artifacts, crypts, all of that found in the Grand Canyon. Remember how I said they put it in our face without actually telling us? There's a spot in Vegas called Luxor with a pyramid, a sphinx, and Egyptian statues. They also have a museum that shows mock artifacts of Egyptians. I mean, come on. I'm gonna just show you an up-close and personal picture. We also got skulls that resemble Afro people found in pre-Columbus layers in Mexico and Texas. And you can say, oh, maybe they just wanted to build it right there just because. But in all honesty, I'm not going for that. Every monument that's placed everywhere has specific reason why it's there. There is sacred geometry and architecture that they don't want to tell us. Specific places like Washington, D.C., they put them in specific areas for a reason. So I'm not going for this. I want to know what y'all think, though, because all of this is not adding up, but it's adding up. So stay dangerous and keep your first eye open.
You guys to tell me something that you were made fun of for when you were growing up, but now is a trend.
Being black, big lips, do-rags, grills, baggy saggy clothes, long acrylic nails, big hoop earrings, really colorful clothing, edges, box braids, cornrows, any type of hair extension, wearing wigs, especially if they colorful, twerking, because now everybody want their thing to be thing, and the way we talk, ooh, child, per chile, don't even be saying that shit right or using it in the proper context. And circling back to the beginning, being a black woman, because everything we do is deemed as ghetto, and we're the butt of all the jokes, but if another race does it, it's trendy. And let's not forget being oppressed, because now everybody and their mama want to be a part of oppression. Oppression's not fun, just to let you know. Did I forget anything?
You know, I'm not saying that people can't look similar, but when you're this famous and there's people back in the day who looks exactly like you, it makes you wonder. Look, I know people seen this. It literally looks just like him. Great ancestor? That one's a stretch, right? How about your boy Johnny Depp? Oh, what are you doing over there, Justin? Is that your great-great-great-grandpa? Anybody know who that is? It's just crazy how similar these people look. It's also crazy how this guy had power back in his day, and he has power in this day, and they look exactly alike. And not too many people look like that. You're gonna call it Photoshop, right? This one trips me up. You know who that is? Because I know you know who that is. Got more for you. What do you guys think? That's the same freaking person. I bet you there's even more instances than what I could find. Too similar. So yeah, I agree. People can look similar to each other, but this stuff is just freaky.
Yesterday, my nigga, none of you motherfucking woke niggas on the internet has pulled up like Grandmaster Jay. I don't give a fuck what you gotta say about his past. You didn't pull up like the motherfucking Infact with them choppers, with them things, nigga, marching like the motherfucking Black Panthers. You did not. Period. So I don't give a fuck what none of you niggas. It's starting to sound fake. It's starting to sound like rhetoric, my nigga, because if you was really about this black power shit, you would salute that, and everybody would come together. All you internet nigga, woke niggas, black niggas will come together and push the same line. But still, it's, oh, fuck that person. Oh, that person. I got this guy. I'm an Israelite. I'm a Hebrew. I'm a Moor. I'm a this. I'm a that. Like, who? What? We all fucking black, my nigga. Black Panthers wasn't talking no shit like that. I'm a mute, I'm a Moor, I'm an Israelite, I'm a Hebrew. None of that shit, nigga. We black, nigga. In America, nigga. What we gonna do about it, man? I'm just saying, man. Wake the fuck up yesterday, my nigga. No.
A lot of talk on social media about men throwing off pH balance.
Yes, a man can do that. And men can get urinary tract infections. Men can get yeast infections. A lot of that. And now think about this though. We talking about bacteria. You have a diverse bacteria in your vagina. Say I go into another woman and have a different classification of a bacteria, then I come back and go inside of you. Because even if I wash properly, you know, they teach you how to wash the penis properly. Start from the balls, go up to the shaft, get to the head of the penis, go around, open up the tip of the penis, wipe through there. So I taught them classes, especially, and I taught my sons how to do that properly, but I tell them all the time, you know, y'all are 16, you 16, you 15 now, y'all finna start getting really into women. Watch how you are out here laying with women, because you can take bacteria from a woman and mix it with yours. This will change and create a new pleomorphic bacteria. Then you will go sleep with another woman. Now you done swapped that. Now it's mutating bacteria. And then you go have sex with another woman. You done gave her a bacteria that her body didn't even know fucking existed. And that's how you getting all these different diseases.
Because our black woman, she's God. She's the creator of everything. In the beginning, it was just her. She went through a process called parthenogenesis, which is the ability for a female species to reproduce without a male counterpart. That's what our black goddesses did. These black and so-called black and Latino women of today, which are not women but goddesses. You know, after she did that, she created the gods and told us to create everything else that you see. This was before it was time, a Bible, a planet, or anything. It was just us and the goddesses back home on Silanthia. It wasn't even a Sirius A, B, or C then. It was just Sirius X in the beginning. There was no Sirius A. There was no Sirius B. There was no Sirius C. I'm taking you back to the source when it was just Sirius X, Silanthia. Remember Silanthia, because that's where you come from.
It wasn't illegal for a slave to read. That's a lie that they told us. What was illegal for us to do was meditate. They didn't care if you read, because the only shit they let you read was the Bible anyway, which further helped enslave you. All right? That's why in the Bible it speaks so much on slaves. Worship your masters. And the Bible preaches about suffering now like Jesus did, and then getting your reward in their imaginary heaven. That was nothing but manipulation to why you're in this physical existence, so you could be enslaved, right? And when you're going through this pain, for it to trick your brain into believing that it's okay to go through this pain. It's okay to suffer. It's okay to suffer, because Master say, my Lord and Savior suffered. He died for our sins. So it's okay for me to suffer while I'm on earth. And then once I die, I goes up top to meet my Lord and Savior. Right. So you got to understand the frequency war, the technology. Them doing that, it took us out of our essence. It took us directly out of our power.
One day the sleeping people will wake up and realize we are literally inside the American dream. I mean, look around. Everything is fake. Luckily, I learned this at a young age. Because once you get that good job, a big house, the nice car, the kids, you'll realize there's nothing afterwards but the destruction of everything that was built. Then once it's destroyed, we choose to continuously rebuild the same dream, expecting a different outcome when we already know the outcome is destruction. This is what you call insanity. We all been through something similar, because this is how we all started our spiritual journey. Because nothing makes sense. This is when you realize that 90% of the people in the world is crazy. Matrix had them trapped in its programming. In other words, a paradigm. They can't accept the clear truth. Like the sun, the moon, and the sky we see is fake. The food we've been eating is fake. Even 60% of the people we see is fake. They're literally a part of the program just to influence your decisions, because they can't make a decision on their own. So we all gotta wake up and unsubscribe from this American dream. Anyways, y'all know how to keep it. Y'all be guys. Hey.
They got us thinking that our planet is like this one little planet when we rotating around the sun and shit, and that is a fucking lie. It could be no further from the truth. In reality, this is really how the cosmos is set up. We created one multiverse, family. And this is why right now you got NASA scientists been hitting me up. I've been giving lectures the last 2-3 months, family. I got NASA hitting me up. How the fuck does he know this? Because we God. That's how I know. And I go meditate. I go within myself. Something they taught us not to do. Alright? So, when we elected these 23 scientists, family, we set up the cosmos. Alright? So we created one multiverse, family. There's only one multiverse. Alright? Now I need y'all to listen closely. For those of you who are paying attention. If you're not paying attention, get the fuck out the live. I ain't got no time for no agents. Right? We ain't got no time for no agents, alright? But at the end of the day, and if you want to stay sleep on your mother. But remember that shit in a couple weeks when these food shortages hit. And that ass come around your motherfucking house with a pistol whip you in your shit and make you take a vaccine that's gonna lock your DNA. I hope you be laughing about me then. I hope I like the crazy guy then. While you all caught up in Jeezy, is y'all looking at the sky? Cause the sky, if you pay attention, gonna let you know what the fuck going on. That's why they keep your head down. Walking around there. 2 suns right now in the atmosphere, nigga. Asking no questions. See what I'm saying? But let's stay focused here, class. Okay, so we set up one multiverse, family. One multiverse. Within that multiverse, we created 9. When I say we, us. Blacks and Latinos, the gods. Us! We created one multiverse. Human beings weren't even in existence yet. We then put 9 universes inside of that one multiverse. Alright? Each universe is consisted of 999 galaxies.